Hulk Hogan was at a promo event promoting his new beer, and I think it was called Python Juice 5000. And he asked the crowd if you should buy some Kamala Harris, a pearl necklace Harris. But give me a break. Hulkamania, Freakout Nation, like Hulkamania, Gone Wild. Would ever get that close to Kamala Harris without tripping on her kick the can clit first. Holla! Missing Gordy coming up. Thank you! Old School Love Podcast back in the mother effing house. Holla! Missing Gordy coming up. Holla! Thank you very much. But before we get to Missing Gordy, I want to mention my dad for a sec. And out of the Yankees, blowing a lead last night. Didn't watch the game. Some dad told me about it. Because he is a boring interior life and can't create more meaningful entertainment in his heart and from his beautiful, imaginative soul. So he has to watch boring as fuck Yankee games with the Yankees he's no emotional connection with whatsoever. And I learned that we blew the game in the ninth. Hooray, hooray! Aaron Judge, slunky stuff, finally 1 yard. Congratulations! So I learned they blew a save, and then I'm so out of touch. I got to learn the Cleveland Indians are now the Guardians. Not Guardians of the Galaxy, Guardians of my, primo TP select peyote. No, just Guardians. That's it. I go, that's a boring ass freaking in. There's no color to that. You're disrespecting every Indian tribe known to mankind by simply calling them the Guardians. I mean, even my dad's friends growing up in the streets of the Bronx came up with more colorful nicknames to capture his inner putsy essence. For example, whenever my dad would fail the putty cup of truth test and get freaking, marinara sauce on his shirt again from just standing still or from a stiff wind, his friends would say, did someone just fail the putty cup of truth test again? I'm talking to you. Trips on curbs. Holla! You don't find that funny? You're going to look at me like I'm some freaking delusional hack? You come up with one original nickname in your lifetime that's even smile-inducing funny, maybe I'll give a shit that you work in recruitment in White Plains for a living, but not really. Holla! Missing Gordy coming up. Thank you very much. How can you get excited about any match starring the fabulous Freebirds without Terry Bam Bam Gordy in it? Is anyone out there? Mueller. It's like missing the roaring beast of the sixth string, Eric Clapton from Cream, before experiencing full-blown paralysis from the clot shot named after you know what. It rhymes with Lovid. Lovid. Conundrum vid. The conundrum vid vax. It's like missing. Again, how could you get excited about any match starring the fabulous Freebirds without Terry Bam Bam Gordy in it? It's like missing the roaring beast of the sixth string Eric Clapton. From Cream in a battle of the bands against Woke Green Day. I always liked the Four Horsemen best when they had Barry Windham in it. Barry Windham could do no wrong. He was an athletic big man who would brawl in the most convincing, head-wrecking fashion. I feel the same way. Barry Windham was this Nordic, athletic big man, brawler supreme, who could brawl in the most convincing, head-wrecking, superfluid fashion. And I feel the same way about Terry Gordy. Nordic god Barry Windham spoke in the same breath as a topless Terry Gordy is a lot to take in. I know. Let's use a different analogy, shall we? Terry Gordy was George's answer to John Belushi. He didn't have to say anything to be wildly entertaining. But I was only 10 when I saw the Fabulous Freebirds Cup promos for NWA on Ted Turner's Superstation, TBS, so Terry Gordy's name wasn't etched in my brain yet. As a result, I made the mistake of confusing Terry Gordy with his Fabulous Freebirds partner, Buddy Roberts, after researching the best matches between the Freebirds and the Von Erichs to watch on my son, Hardcore Hunker Rocks, for this column that I'm really hating right now. Questioning, no longer question why the WWE is not coming back to me. But I'll never make that mistake again. No offense to Buddy Roberts. That's my roundabout way of saying that I wanted to watch a Fabulous Freebirds match, and usually it was the three of them. And in this case, there was no Bam Bam Gordy in it. And instead, it was Buddy Roberts. And it was Buddy Roberts, who's one member of the Freebirds. And there was no Bam Bam Gordy in it. Barry Windham's on the Freebirds. So the Freebirds have no Terry Gordy. He's nowhere to be seen. And I'm very upset about this development. Because my flow now is completely sucked dry. Alexa, who are the three members of the Fabulous Freebirds? So we got Terry Gordy.
Terry Gordy, Buddy Roberts.
Buddy Roberts.
A well-known tag team, 1980s wrestling.
Terry Gordy. Terry Bam Bam Gordy. Alexa, who are the members of the Fabulous Freebirds? Yeah, Terry Gordy.
Alexa answers tribute. Members of the Fabulous
Buddy Roberts. And Michael Hayes. Why I'm not smoking weed anymore, Lord. How am I drawing a blank on the name Michael Hayes? No one's downloading this podcast. Definitely worst podcast ever. So, Michael Hayes. So I thought this match was going to be with Michael Hayes, the blonde guy, the best talkers ever. Doesn't with Michael Hayes and Bam Bam. Instead, it was Michael Hayes and Buddy Roberts. And Buddy Roberts had like less definition than freaking a topless Hillary after her double XL poncho hit the floor. So normally the Fabulous Freebirds rumbled and tumbled against the Von Erich brothers in legendary six-man tag team slugfest during their legendary stint with World Class Championship Wrestling at the famed Sportatorium in Dallas, Texas. This is the freaking piece you get when you read a book about the Baseball 100. You're like, oh yeah, you're an essayist, you're a history narrator, and it's boring the shit out of me. Even if they lost that day, they'd be the Freebirds. They always got the lost stomp in to convey their final say. Hashtag nasty and hot life way. It was impossible not to bemoan the glaring absence of Terry Gordy in this barnstorming match from the start. How can you take the Fabulous Freebirds as seriously without Mr. Brickhouse doing his best bull in a china shop impersonation? It wasn't an impression I know. Terry Bam Bam Gordy could clothesline the horse in Blazing Saddles without spilling the whiskey in his jar. Did the match between Kevin and Kerry Von Erich versus Michael Hayes and Buddy Roberts offer some highlights without Terry Gordy in it? Yes, and this is definitely not the final version that I sent to WWE because they would not send this, and I remember taking out all this expository, uh, dribble boringness. Although the ultimate highlight, derived from the stroll down old school wrestling lane, was giving my son Hardcore Hunker Rocks a prolonged noogie on the couch until he properly sang the chorus to Bad Street Atlanta, GA! Shrieks of laugh filled the air as my son struggled to sing the chorus clearly because he kept on laughing mid-noogie. Bad Street! Giggle, giggle. Atlanta, GA! Missing Gordy. Holla. Thank you very much. God bless Texas wrestling. God bless Terry Gordy. Fabulous Freebirds wouldn't have taken flight without you. Adam Sandler did a song tribute in honor of his dearly departed comedy brother, Chris Farley. I think it's time for Michael Hayes to do the same for the Freebirds. I think it's time for Michael Hayes to do the same thing for his former Freebirds brother in arms. I already hear the Skinner tune in the background. Gordy is gone, but that nasty, beautiful mug shines on. Missing Gordy. Shabbat Shalom. Kanye excluded. Holla. Old School Love Podcast lives. Thank you, Missing Gordy, very much.